Hey Phoenix Fab, what's poppin'? Today we're gonna talk a little bit more about gear, and gear I want to bring to a 24-hour Milsim. I have to be in the field the entire time, so I have to be able to be self-sufficient. It's not about luxury, it's not gonna be a normal Sunday airsoft pickup game. It's gonna be no breaks, and I can't just go back to the car and get something that I forgot or that I need. Everything I bring is everything I have for the entire time. Operation Stormtide by WB Events is going to be soon in Poland, and it's the German equivalent, so to speak, to a Milsim West airsoft game, which is not really an airsoft game, which is more like a field training exercise with BB sticks, but it's the pinnacle of the airsoft sport Milsim-wise. Stormtide is a classic force-on-force Milsim, so there's gonna be blue for it and there's gonna be red for it, and they gonna clash against each other. Super simple, but in the whole thing a little bit more complicated, because you don't get a break. The game is gonna be the entire time, and we're part of like kind of a recce mission group, so what we bring is what we have and what we have to live with. That also means sleeping in eye protection and rocking in with all your stuff that you're gonna be needing for the next 24 hours. It includes snacks, water, food, your sleeping, whatever arrangement. But for me, additionally, it's super hard because for a content creator, this adds, like I always say, it adds to a little bit more of a hobby into the hobby already, but I also have to bring all the stuff I need to film the stuff. So it's gonna be challenging. So it's not about what you all bring, but also how to get it to the HQ. My LBV chest rig. So I did a little bit of a modification to my Spiritus System 34A chest rig. You already known and seen many times. I had it set up with the mini map from the Green Mountain Ranges, which is an amazing small little backpack, but for this event, it's not going to be enough storage. So for a normal pickup game, for the normal Sunday, Saturday game, totally fine. I can just walk back to respawn or can walk back to the staging zone, get my stuff. So I needed to think outside the box and think, okay, how do I get a little bit more stuff on me? And this is basically what I came up with. So I went with the LBV, a load-bearing vest expander kit for the Spiritus System 34A kind of chest rig. It is by Kutech.com, and they were so nice to ship it out to me to test it out. And actually, this is not all they sent to me, because they were so nice to include, like, the butt pack is with it. I also got a tall bag here, and I got the Delta backpack plus a Bison belt, but we're gonna get to all that stuff later. Let's focus on the chest rig for right now. But it was super easy. Shipping from Kutech.com took around like a week. No problems at all. And if you're interested, there's a link down in the description. I have a code for you. It's PFA12, and it will give you 12% off your order. So if you like the stuff, what I'm running here, and you think about making a purchase, I ask you, maybe you want to use my code for a little bit extra dollars off, maybe, you know, do your girl math. How's the quality? Of course, you'll ask. The labels on the pouches are Tactical Raiders, also on the backpack. And I challenge you, which ones are Spiritus Systems and which ones are Pew Tactical or Tactical Raiders? I don't think you can spot the difference at all. They blend in perfectly, and they're a lot cheaper than the real deal. And the quality is absolutely there. Of course, we have Spiritus System, and then we have like Pew Tactical, and I think Pew Tactical and Tactical Raiders is basically the same. And little Hobbit Adam is a little bit crazy these days. So if you want to get the best bang on your buck, go check out Kutech.com and the Tactical Raiders stuff. It's awesome. I can show you right here. This is a real medium pouch by Spiritus System. This is the tall pouch from Tactical Raiders. And yes, this looks a little darker, but next to it is the spot pouch from Spiritus System, is the original one. And it's even darker than this. And the only like real thing where you can spot a difference is like super teepy tiny, whatever you call this, is like this. This is not like exactly the same cord for the zippers, but this is like such minor details. It feels the same, it looks the same, it sounds the same. Yeah, this is the Sherlock said it should be a duck then. So yeah, I think this is really awesome. And even if you look at here, this is the inside stitching. It's like it looks absolutely identical. Colors are great. And then here, of course, I have a lot more space because for my ATEX setup, you have seen it, I have this vault thingy here to put like the phone in. If I have this in the medium pouch is full, and that doesn't really work for me. So I have here a way bigger tall pouch. I have pens inside, spare battery. This is headphones for the tech mic if I need them. I just have a lot more flexibility now to add even more stuff here. I could put a water bottle as well in here. And then with fitting the medium pouch over, you can see this is the connectors here to the butt pack, fitted the medium pouch over there, and I can put stuff in here. And it's kind of funny that I went full circle into the LBV. In German we call it Koppel, because a Koppel is what I used in the German army. And like you kind of hate it, and then you get into the airsoft and you're like, oh, I'm running a plate carrier, and then you're like, oh, okay, I'm too like exhausted of the plate carrier, I'm lazy, let's get a chest rig, and then you get the chest rig, and now I'm full circle back to the Koppel, to the LBV. It is actually super comfy, and I think for a long event where I run an LMG, I think there can't be a better solution with this. Because we're in Poland, we are allowed to use a lot more Pyro, so I need places to put all that stuff. And I'm gonna use the spud pouches because I don't need M4 mags in that, but I can also use stuff for the 40mm grenade stuff. I can also put here in the added like space from the tall pouch. For example, let's put this in here, and I am way more flexible now with what I bring to the game field. Because the butt pack, if you open it, it goes really tall up, so you can have this on your butt basically filled up to here. There's a little zipper here for like other stuff, but I will be having, so now for weight purposes, I have a water bottle in here. This is like a ½ liter, I think, from Nalgene. It's great, but this is gonna house a lot more, like this is gonna house BBs, then maybe the MRE is gonna go in there, some more snacks, way more BBs, and a spare battery for the LMG, which is HPA, so it's gonna be fine probably. But yeah, and snacks, or even a jacket I can put in there to have it on me. If it rains, I can just like unroll this, get it out, have it right on me. So this is a great addition, I think, for longer ops. It took a little while to get all this fitted and sorted out. You have to stand in front of a mirror, put it on a bunch of times, adjust the straps, and then I did the thing again like you guys taught me. Just use some electrical tape, put it around here. The camo tape is nice, it looks good, but here you see it comes undone all the time. So I started to use the electrical tape. I'm gonna throw it probably in the pouch just to be, yes, better safe than sorry. Don't need it, but have it, and so on. I have added just this expander kit, which like attaches to the side panels and then go as X-cross harness above your shoulders. So it comes with this and the butt pack, and then the attachments to the front flaps. You're good to go to have it like as high or low rising on your body as you like. I like it a little higher because I'm also gonna run a super minimalistic belt, but not too high, because I have the Delta backpack here, which I've been absolutely loving. I've been using this a little bit now for like private stuff and whenever I'm driving around with my bike. Okay. So I replaced the GMR Minimap with the Delta bag, which is basically, it's a medic bag, but I thought this is actually perfect for my ATEX setup. If I open this up, I build it like this. And what I did here, I have a Velcro insert for backpacks from MTAG right here. And yeah, I have a little baton pouch from AliExpress. This was like $3, I think. And the gooseneck antenna just boop goes in there. This is the yogurt cup antenna. Has data and voice. Voice is going to my Baofeng on my rig. Data is going to, I talked about it before, a little T-beam for Meshtastic. So have Meshtastic with ATAC. And then this back panel Velcro thing allowed me to mount the stick for the 360 camera. And what I did, I cut 2 little slits in here, so this these poles can like poke through, and I can close the zipper all the way. That's just what I needed to do. Fine with me. This is also the elastic bands you've seen before in videos. This is for HPA tank for this one. That's gonna go in here. And then when I close this back up, I have 3 more pouches here which house some stuff. I'm gonna put like extra pyro in here, maybe snacks, maybe like a poncho can go in here for quick access by a buddy or something. This can house a lot more stuff, and you can put a bunch of stuff on the outside as well. I like this little pack. It even has some like pockets here. On the inside, if you want to, you can put stuff in here like papers, whatever. You can carry it like this, and this sits perfectly above my butt pack. So here I have the Bison belt. This is also from Kutech.com, and I'm gonna use a belt even though I didn't want to with the chest rig. I thought, why have a battle belt? But it's actually good to keep your pants up. But I will slinging the 40mm, and I thought, maybe I should attach a weapons catch right here. So this just goes in here and gets secured a little down, so I can have this dangling on my side. Plus I have one more bag here, either for nods, I'm not really sure yet, or what I thought this actually is perfect size for is my little camcorder I'm filming with. And this is like slightly padded, so this is really nice. So I have the camcorder in a designated pouch. It's not floating around in some pocket like before. That's actually quite a good idea. And then I put another flashbang pouch here for a flashbang or for different pyro. It sits a little too close to the chest rig, so I don't know if I'm gonna move it or not. Maybe I'm just gonna keep it to have something in there. We're gonna talk about these in a little second. I ordered this a little too small because I just went with the size of my waist, and it came too small because the outside belt needs to be bigger. So this, you can see this now, this is on my size. This should extend all the way to here, and you have way less of this strap. Little whoopsie on my part, I didn't know that, but I reached out to Kutech.com and told them, and what they did, they are going to change their whole sizing thing, and they reached out to the manufacturer and said we have to do something. So they're changing their entire sizing thing on their website and for all these kinds of belts with precise measurements for your waist, and they will offer a size customization service. So you're not gonna be ending up like me with a way like too small belt on the right side, because I'm not gonna run a sidearm, no holster. It's fine for now, like, but it looks a little stupid that there's like nothing here in the front. But yeah, this is the Bison belt. So it's a Cobra buckle, and then it has a little Velcro inner belt. So this goes on your pants, and then you just put this on top, close this, and yeah, you have some additional storage. Of course, you can put pistol pouches on this, drop leg holster, whatever you want in the back. This is how I think I'm gonna run it for this event. The Stoner and Flamingos. So I hope some of you guys gonna remember my Stoner 96 HPA. This was a big thing I built with my buddy and team leader Basti, and he actually revamped this recently, and he's an expert technician. So please do me a favor and bombard his Instagram if you need your stuff to be worked on, because he worked on my stuff and it's awesome. I love it. I'll be running this beauty, and you spot already, what is this in the front? Well, let me tell you about Flamingo Custom Works. The entire front part is made by them, and they specialize in 3D printing. They did this dimpled outer barrel with the M-lock underneath, and yeah, they do different parts. They also do a stock for the Stoner 96, but I already had this, so I kept this, but you could go with this if you wanted to. It also reduced the barrel length from 15 inch to 12.3 inches, and it saved a lot of weight because the Stoner 96 front end handguard, enormous and super heavy. So this is now super light, and oh my god, I love it. We have here a little M-lock hand stop. Perfect. Oh, it looks so cool. And then Basti drilled in a little plate here for my zoom cam that's going to be in here. Yeah, we chopped the front off, smaller inner barrel, and yeah, it looks so nice. I love it. Like the dimpled barrel is just like for me. I'm going to be playing with this. I'm super excited to bring this out, and yeah, we added also the wrong size of Zerfallgurt ammunition, but who cares, you know, looks cool. And then Flamingo Custom Works was also so nice and sent me some of their distraction devices. So these are printed flashbangs or sound grenades, so to speak, in different versions, and they have a version I've never seen before and I think is really cool, especially for Germany, and I already color coded them with these little tape. So we have the DF209. This is this one, and it uses a shotgun primer that goes in here. You can put them right in. They look like this. They go in shotgun shells, so to speak, and they go in here. You can just buy them. Even in Germany, you could just buy these. It's a little hard to find 209s in Europe. There's a little spiky thing, and it's gonna make the primer explode, and you have a loud bang. So this is the outdoor version with an open flame, and this is a little bit louder than the indoor version. The indoor version has no open flame on the bottom. So you can see here there's the hole where the primer goes, and then this is the SD indoor version. Has little holes on the top, which means it's not going to be as loud. Plus, there's not going to be any like exhaust fumes coming out of the bottom from the little primer. But they feel really great. They're super haptic. I already tried this one out, which is the third one. And this is called the DF08. And it uses little 8-ring popper caps, I think you call them in English, but I think everyone in Germany knows these little Achterringe, which you used to use for like carnival or whatever you did. Like as a kid, I had a little cowboy revolver which uses these. These are the 12 ones, and you just put these in. You just take the spoon out. So there's like a spring mechanism inside. It's super easy. It's very smart thinking. Take the spoon out, come on. Then you lock this in place. You just push it in until you have it like clicked in place. Secure it with this plinty thingy. Then you can see it's charged. This is all the way inside. Then we push the cap on like all the way. It needs to be quite secured. You just put that in, and then you're good to go to use this. And this is not super crazy loud because this is just the 8 pops. You can just have this probably even in Germany indoors, and people can't be that upset. Okay, it's loud, but it's not that loud. Even without Ear Pro, it's totally fine in like a small room. And yeah, these just popped. You have a little bit of smoke coming off, and this is just awesome because there is no way any field will say no to this in Germany. And you can use them for like CQB stuff. This is super cool because the ones with the shotgun primer are a lot louder. Outdoor. But yeah, I'm gonna be very happy to try these out. These gonna be all my little hand grenades. Super funny because I never knew I'm gonna be buying these anymore. And I don't know, I think these were like $3 on Amazon. You get like 2 or 3 of these rolls. I'm a little bit nostalgic to these, let's say it like that. But they not only do these distraction devices, they also do 40mm distraction devices. And this is also what I'm gonna be very curious about. Got a Pirate gun. They sent me the FFF 209 and the FF chalk round, which can be used in a threaded barrel. So either you use them in your tag-in shell that has a rifled barrel, or they offer a conversion of these 40 max air power cartridge shells, and they have a little 3D printed barrel that is rifled. And oh, there's a round in here. They are really snug. And yeah, you can just convert those to shoot these 2 kind of different rounds. So this is the FF209. It also goes with a 209 primer if you want. These are biodegradable. If you put a primer into this one, this will basically self-destruct and have shrapnel. And this is like soft. So this is 3D printed soft material. You can just use them like that and shoot them at like a vehicle or something, or you can put the primer in and you have like a really loud 100 to 110 decibel sound. So they're definitely gonna notice this, and you can reuse the top part even if you use it with a primer. So this is still good, and this will probably be destroyed from the primer. Then they have also a different shell, which is a biodegradable one-time use for a visual effect on impact. And this is the chalk round. So it's a very light plastic printed thing you can fill up with some baby powder and some BBs if you want. And then they have a little cap that goes in the front, and you have to secure this cap with some super glue so it doesn't come undone. And then you have these little packages. Then you take your little barrel, you just boop it right in. It's gonna go in rifled, so it's turning. And then you put gas in, you have this ready to go, and then boop, you can tag a vehicle or against the wall or something, or onto the ground, whatever you feel like. Maybe not at players, better safe than sorry. But yeah, this is a pretty cool idea, and I'm really looking forward to try this out. This is Flamingo Custom Works. They're out of Canada, and yeah, they were so nice to supply me all that fun stuff that I will be using in Poland. I have a bunch of like these shells here, and I'm gonna fill them with baby powder and old BBs. And then yeah, I have the short version of the M79 Thumper on a sling, and my idea was that I have this slinged over my chest rig and then have it here on the weapons catch on the Bison belt. So, but we'll see how this works out. Maybe this is like a thing that is not that well, and yeah, has to be adjusted for the future, but I'm gonna try it out for this event. We'll see. So if you're interested in their stuff, Flamingo Custom Works is also linked down in the description. Just have a look down there and let them know if you saw their stuff on my video. I really think these are cool products, and I've never seen, especially the one with the 8 cap thing. I think this is just, it's awesome. It's great. Ear protection. But thinking of Pyro, I also had to make an upgrade to my ear protection because I had the new helmet and I didn't have my peltors mounted. And I thought, okay, what am I gonna do? Because the top rails on the bush protective are kind of like occupied already by the really weird unicorn GoPro mount, but that's just what I need to do the filming I like. So I have no real estate up here. I only have real estate in the back of the rail. So I went with the Obscure amp arms. And these are the real ones. I got the real ones. They were a little bit expensive, not super crazy, but they were super hard to put on. Like my entire thumb is destroyed. I was bleeding onto my helmet. These are now holding my real Peltor Comtech 3's dual comms, and these are held in place with the axle adapters. And I didn't get the real axle adapters. I got the ones from AliExpress because they were like $10. And so far they work great. I thought, okay, I don't want to put my hearing onto like fake arms that they don't really close, that they don't have like the force to really push the seal tight onto my ear of the hearing protection. I went with the real arms, but with the fake mounts, because the fake mounts basically cost as much, the real mounts cost basically as much as the arms. But we'll see how this is gonna work out. I think this is like pretty cool. And I have now, of course, comms on this side, goes down to into my tech mic, into the Baofeng, so I have radio, but I also am protected for very loud primer bangs, the 209, very loud, or other pyro stuff that's gonna go off at the event. I had to make this upgrade and I went with black because most of the stuff on the helmet is black, and yeah, I really like how it looks now. I think it was a good choice to go with the black. So this is an update I had to do to be prepared for this Milsim.
iPro.
Speaking of being prepared for the Milsim, I did 2 more little things. That is that I got new vented glasses for my Oakley M frames, and my buddy Toto, who is really handy at 3D modeling, printed and built me tiny little fans that go on the side of your iPro and push in little air, so you are protected of fog, especially during night games. Because I do had the problem that with nods, and then if you're like running around and you have your night vision sitting here and it's just like everything gets too hot, and I was keep getting fog. Okay, it was like a snowstorm basically, but I thought, okay, you have to do something about it. And I think this is the first like step to like being sure to not have any fog while doing a night game. And this just goes into a normal little mini power bank, and it's gonna run all day, all night, no problem. I'm gonna put like a little power bank here, put that in my breast pocket, and yeah, that's even more secured now onto my temple. Presses a little bit against you, but I think it's gonna be fine. Maybe sleeping, I will bring some different glasses or take it off. I only secured those with 1 cable tie here on the side, so they're kind of like loosey, but that's fine because when I put them on, they stay in the exact correct spot as they should. And yeah, they look really cute. I think he's gonna release a little GitHub where you can get all the part list of all the stuff plus the 3D files so you can print it yourself. I'm putting this into this very cheap headphone box I got at Tiger for like $3. Perfect size because it doesn't really fold down that good anymore. Here's the little battery pack I'm gonna use for it. Bob's your uncle.
Hiking backpack.
Then what I didn't have pictured yet is that I have to bring a hiking backpack. So I'm thinking about bringing my 65 liter hiking backpack to fill in other stuff. I don't have this figured out yet, so I'm not showing it. I still have a little bit of time to figure out the exact dose on that. But what I want to put in there is my sleeping stuff. So sleeping pad, inflatable, then my bivy cover that goes around my sleeping bag. So 1, 2, 3, maybe a pillow. Maybe I have space for a tiny little inflatable pillow. I'm gonna throw that in too, just for added comfort. Sometimes that's all you need when you get only a little bit of rest. Of course, I'm not there yet with like no ruck challenge completely accepted and fulfilled, because I will always need a little backpack, but I'm trying to reduce as much as I can. Then I'm gonna have a little man pouch, toothbrush, contact solution, like super minimal, as much minimal as I can get it down to, so no added luxury, maybe some deodorant, that's it. Baby wipes, always bring baby wipes. And then a little camera pouch that houses all kinds of different batteries, to charge batteries, to switch out battery packs of the cameras, of the helmet, and of course SD cards. Like I need a little dedicated thing, or I have it, but I need to strip that down a little bit to not make it too bulbous and too big and too heavy, because it has to go somewhere in there, so I can leave that at HQ, and if I have a problem with my camera, I can just go there, hopefully. Then I'm gonna have probably my poncho in there as well for like super crazy rain, if that should be the case. I hope not, hope the heck not, but yeah, where a rain jacket can't help you anymore. I have an emergency poncho, and I'm gonna put in 2 NATO rolls, which is how I learned it, that you have some spare clothes, so like underwear, socks, t-shirt, whatever, for your sleeping, and then for the next day, and you roll that up into a little ball and you put it in a plastic bag so it can't be affected by any rain that would rain onto your backpack. So I'm thinking of having like a nitro roll and maybe 2 pairs of extra socks just to be in case, and then I have an extra outfit basically waiting for me at the car I can drive back with. So this is not going to be touched. I don't take that into the field. I just leave it in the car. It makes no sense to bring it into HQ and then bring it back. And of course, water and more food, because I'm going to eat and I'm going to drink. And I think snacks are always a good thing to keep morality high, and we're going to burn a bunch of calories. So this is basically what I'm planning on doing with that whole ruck setup, and then I can throw this ruck into HQ, and then if we decide to go somewhere to sleep, or if we sleep at HQ, I have everything I need with me. But it's gonna be a challenge nonetheless. I didn't really do it like this yet, so I'm really looking forward, and of course I'm learning myself, so it could be that I'm making some vital mistakes, and then I'm gonna learn from it, and I know for the next time what I can do different. And this, I hope you take away from this little video, is that you make your plan, you go with it, you see what other people are doing, and then maybe if something doesn't work right for you, you can adjust it for the future. And I think that's really important, and this works with all this tactical gear stuff, is how we evaluate, adapt, overcome, whatever Bear Grylls said. But this is basically, that's the spirit of this. And it's always great to have a little new project to work on, right? We always have that problem. Not, there's always stuff to do. And if the game doesn't stop, your gear can't fail. So I'm really looking forward to this. My first Milsim in Poland with crazy Pyro. Looking forward to it. Running the Stoner. I think it looks awesome. Basti did an awesome job. Give him a follow on Instagram. And if you're interested, if he should work on your replicas, he is happy to accept orders. So hit him up. He is quite talented in how he does his stuff, especially LMG. And I'm looking forward to running the Q-Tech stuff and trying out all the different Flamingo custom works. Thank you very much. Gonna see you after the event, I guess. Otherwise, look at my Instagram. I'm gonna post probably there first of how it went, doing pictures. And I'm gonna have a good time nonetheless. See you soon. Phoenix Fam out. Bye.